Hey guys, if you guys need your dominations, 12-0s, evos, anything that has to do with online or offline grinding, be sure to hit up Rose NBA, 100% reliable and 100% legit. So be sure to go click the link in the description and hit him up now. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on how to win more My Team limited games. Now this is going to be something that I think is going to help a lot of you guys out. And as a quick disclaimer, I am actually recording this December 9th, which is obviously a Wednesday. This is 2 days before My Team Limited even comes out. I'm not going to be home, unfortunately, on Friday, but I wanted to make this video to kind of help you guys out, because every single weekend we see new, we see like a new limited event that does kind of happen, and we see new rules and all that sort of fun stuff. But generally what is something that sticks a lot throughout every single week is that, one, you can only use like Amethyst players and above. Like you can only use a certain or a limited amount of them. Two, we obviously know that no free agents are allowed. And three, it's always based off of something like 3-point shooting, dunking, whatever the case is there. And this is going to be a video, like I said, that kind of talks about how to build a team that obviously is going to be perfect for every single week of My Team Limited. And I'm going to kind of walk you guys through how to win more games of limited. So if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, last weekend, we obviously saw something that was centered around shooting. It was like 1 amethyst or above, and everything else had to be ruby and below. So I want to kind of walk you guys through about what I go through every single time. So normally I am live. Unfortunately, like I said, this week I'm not going to be able to be live. So let's pretend that it's the same rules, and it's, like I said, it's one thing of I don't understand. Why were you going all slow here, 2K? What's the deal, yo? Come on, I'm just trying to make a team. So the last limited thing that we did see was basically, like I said, set around shooters, where you were required to use 1 amethyst or above player, and everything else had to be rubies or below. Now, this is again where I want to give you guys just an understanding about how I build my teams every single week and what I look for. So always, you guys know, if I can, my starting point guard will always be Pink Diamond Stephen Curry. Now, this is going to be kind of a thing where I want you guys to kind of pay attention. Now, if you're only required to use, or if you're only allowed to use 1 player that it's above an amethyst, like amethyst or above, and everything else had to be below a ruby, if you were to use, if you wanted to use a different player, this is where I think that for the average player, this is where you guys should look to take advantage of a lot of the good budget cards in this game. So say I didn't want to use Steph, right? You have guys like Chris Paul, you have guys like Goran Dragic, Patty Mills, Terry Rozier. These are all guys that were available for My Team Limited. Now, like I said, when you guys actually open up, I don't think Kyle Lowry might have been. If you guys don't know though, when you guys open up this menu, this is just a little tip for when you guys do, play up on the weekends and stuff like that. Once you open up your team, if you tap L1, what actually happens is, instead of it saying defense right here, it's actually going to show you, all the point guards that are available for My Team Limited. Now, this is, again, just a tip that is going to help you guys build your team. But again, this is going to be centered around looking at a lot of good budget cards. Now, there was a lot of cards that were able to be used, but I did go ahead and run Pink Diamond Steph. Now, outside of that, like I said, I knew that I had to run, basically rubies and below at that point. So, okay, I kind of looked around, kind of thought about what shooters were going to be available and what was going to fit me best. Now, in my starting shooting guard position, Nick Anderson is one of the best budget cards you guys can go out and use, like literally every single weekend in My Team Limited. So make sure you guys go ahead and pick him up right now. And then, other than him though, some other good options that we did use were guys like Gerald Green. My starting power forward was... Who was my starting power forward? I think I played... Oh, I know who it was. Where is he? My man, Tony Kukoc. That's who I used at starting power forward. And then my center that I did go ahead and use was Jaren Jackson Jr. So you guys can kind of see by my starting 5 already, this is going to be a perfect team to go out and win a lot of these games with. You have Curry, who's obviously dominant. He can knock down threes left and right. Everybody on the team can shoot, and that is really important in limited because everybody runs a zone. Like, every single person runs a zone. If you don't know how to beat a zone and you don't have shooters, you're going to lose probably like 99% of your games. Now, like I said, there's plenty of different things that you guys can do for your teams and stuff like that. Now, when I was making my bench, like I said, you can easily run a 5-man. I want to point this out. You guys can easily run 5-man rotations when it does come to playing limited. It's just very easy. You don't have to really stress all that much. You kind of match up with some bum teams. It is what it is. But like I said, there's some other budget options in this game that a lot of people overlook, such as a guy like Emerald Jeff Green. Now, Jeff Green is one of the best budget cards you guys can go out and use in this game, as far as, like I said, playing My Team Limited. Now, my backup center was, I think I was either using Cat or Embiid. I don't really remember which one. But the point is, this is what my team looked like. I had a very solid team rocking, and this is where, again, I want you guys to kind of model your team around. Every single person on this team can play defense. Every single person on this team can run offense really nicely. A few of them don't have clamps, but you guys have to understand, when it comes to like limited, like if it's things like this, clamps, like it matters, but like not as much as you would think. Like, you know, when a player gets blown by, you can easily block it because they're still lower overall as well. So like it matters, but like not as much. So let's back out of this for a minute and let's like remake our team. Before I kind of get into how to look into some of these budget guys and stuff like that, let's go ahead and remake our team here. So say it was the same thing, but say it was you needed players that could dunk the ball. Maybe this upcoming week is going to be dunkers, right? Instead of shooters, this one's going to be dunkers. So Steph may not be usable, right? John Stockton could probably be usable, as awkward as that probably sounds. So say it's the same thing. Say it's dunkers, and then everything else has to be Ruby and below. Okay, so let's take a look here. What point guard do we think would be good enough? Honestly, D Brown probably going to be one of the guys that is allowed to be there. He does have a driving dunk of a 96. So, okay, D Brown. That's going to be my starting point guard, definitely, for sure. Another good guy that's good at dunking, Rex Chapman. He would be good, but I do want to check. So, honestly, Nick Anderson may not be involved in that. So, maybe even a guy like Amon Shumpert. I even forgot that this card existed. So, he's an 85. So, we'll put Shumpert there. Shumpert's a good option to put at that shooting guard position. J.O. Green, another very good option there. Now, at power forward, if I wasn't able to use a guy like Brian Scalabrine, if I wasn't able to use, you know, any of these guys really, and say I didn't want to use, you know, Tony Kukoc again, or maybe even Steven Jackson, say I didn't want to use him. Again, a very solid option is this Jeff Green. Again, he is an emerald card, but he does come in with a pretty good stat in driving dunk, defense, and threes. Now, obviously, if I was allowed one center, I would go with Blake. This would be my team that I would go after. Again, when you're designing these teams, you want to make sure that the cards, like obviously they're going to have weaknesses, but you want to make sure that you're making like the best team you possibly can. Now, like I said, when you're buying these budget cards too, or paying attention to these budget cards or whatever it is, you really want to pay attention to the badges that are on these cards and the stats. Now, this is going to be the most underrated tip I think I could give you guys as far as building teams for My Team Limited and even Unlimited. So even if you wanted to use these budget guys for Unlimited, right? You guys can see Gerald Green literally going for nothing. Now, if you pay attention to his badges, you're going to see a lot of these have 26 golds and 0 Hall of Fames. Now, we might not find one of Gerald Green too much, of one being somewhat badged out or whatever, just because he is somewhat of a newer card. But you have guys like Brian Scalabrine. This is going to be a very good option. You guys can see, mine has a Hall of Fame badge on it with 9 gold badges. Now, he does come with 9 gold badges, but I actually found one with a Hall of Fame badge, which I actually bought in a video you guys will obviously have seen by now. But my whole point is a lot of these older like budget cards that are still really good, like Scalabrine has one of the best releases in this game for him to just spot up in the corner and knock down some threes. If you scroll through some of these budget cards, you might find one that has a Hall of Fame badge or 2 on it. And honestly, like look, this one right here, Hall of Fame badge on it. It has Worm. It'll actually help him like rebound the ball even better. Like this is like what I'm saying is if you just kind of take your time, go through here, you might actually be able to find a lot of good budget cards that do have the ability to play even better because of the random Hall of Fame badges that are on here. People that are new to this game, they don't really understand what they're doing. So look, there's Scalabrinis with diamond shoes on them. Like this is what I'm saying. There are different things that you guys can find in these budget cards that can make your team so much better. And especially in a game mode like My Team Limited, it can honestly help turn your team around a lot more than you guys probably even think. So even if you guys wanted to go back as far as looking at a guy like Byron Scott, there's some guys in here like Bargnani. Bargnani is going to be one of the best budget centers in the game still to be able to be used in a lot of these different games. There's one right here with a freaking diamond shoe on it, 17 gold badge on it. Now, some of these cards do go for a little bit more, but look, this Bargnani right here, Hall of Fame badge. What is it? Pick and roller. That could actually be pretty useful in My Team Limited. This one has 21 gold badges and a diamond shoe on him. I mean, catch and shoot, relentless finisher, like some pretty decent badges all around. He has green machine. Like, I hope you guys kind of understand what I'm trying to get you guys to see here, is that there's a lot of good potential in these budget cards, especially when it comes to playing modes that already kind of limit you on what you guys can use and stuff like that. So again, when you guys see this video Friday, I don't know what the challenges are right now, and neither do you guys. However, well, I guess you guys technically will. You guys technically will, but like, you guys get the point. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm just trying to give you guys like an idea of how to do different stuff. Now, as far as in-game stuff goes, I'm not really going to say that there's a like, you know, an in-game tip that I can tell you guys to help you guys win. That's going to be just a general thing that I'm going to be bringing you guys sometime this weekend probably as well, that you guys are obviously going to see and hopefully you guys enjoy. But like I said, when it comes to in-game tips, I can't really say anything because if you're going to be matching up with different people all the time, so what might work against this person is not going to work the same way against this person. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of want to give you guys tips about how to build your team, how to get a good idea about what you're doing. And again, do not sleep on a lot of these cards. Like, there is still some like sapphire cards and emerald cards in this game that are going to be really helpful for limited. Xavier McDaniel is a great option. Walt Frazier is okay, I guess. Nothing really too crazy. Jamal Wilkes is really good. Reason why? Take a look at him. Where is it? He comes with clamps, relentless finisher, difficult shots. I mean, he already comes with some pretty good defensive badges there. You have guys like Bradley Beal who can knock in some buckets. RJ Hampton, Cole Anthony, two really good cards. I mean, again, these are sapphires. Patrick Williams, great defender. Obi Toppin can shoot the ball, rebound very well, and dunk the ball. Kendall Gill, good shooter. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of these good budget cards that I think a lot of people overlook. So hopefully, you know, you guys do have a good limited thing. Let me know when you guys get your ring, because again, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play until about Sunday. So yeah, hopefully you guys get your ring though. Hopefully there's a new player in limited. We'll obviously see for then. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and yeah, peace.